Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing another market analysis on the Scarlet and Violet era. I hope you guys had a great week. Every week, of course, there's something new on the market. There's not too much going on, but there are some things here and there that are making moves. So yeah. Oh, also guys, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe. And with that being said, let's get to it. So first things first, as always, Black Bolt and White Flare. Really not doing anything special whatsoever. Probably one of the few things you guys actually may find on the shelves, aside from those guys running into those stores scalping all the products. I still keep seeing videos on guys running in there and just taking all the Black Bolt and White Flare, which is kind of funny to me. But yeah, these things are actually like steadily decreasing in price. Market for White Flare right now is $81.20. Black Bolt is $86.26. I believe sometime last week it was like 89 for Black Bolt and it was like 86 for White Flare, or somewhere around there. And they're really just slowly but steadily they keep on trending downward. I don't know how much lower they're gonna get, being that, you know, the hype is so much that when somebody sees something at a certain price, even if they didn't go into a Walmart or a Target looking for that, they're gonna buy it. It's just what it is. So it's just a reality these days. The hype is crazy. Now, Destined Rivals. Destined Rivals, you know, I spoke about it last week and I said the Destined Rivals should be rising up again. With that reprint that did hit, it was just a price point where people felt like they could sell, whether it was stores out there or people that got their hands on it for a much better price and wanted to let it go at $300. It was just a nice price point for a lot of people to sell. A lot of people felt really comfortable selling at $300. I mean, I don't blame them. $300 is a really nice price point for a really new box. But we're back up to $310. We're not so far from the high that was at $315. Market is $310. We're just $5 below. And yeah, guys, then the lowest listed is $316. We're right back to the high. And if we look at the sales, we already have sales at the record high, just above. Actually, it was $315. We have $316 here, 97 cents, 85, but above the last high. And now we have gone past that. We'll see what the next high will be. Its all-time high was only at $315. We'll see where we land now. I think people are going to keep pushing this box. It is going to be the best box in all of Scarlet and Violet era. It just feels a little too soon for it to be that. A little too fast. It's clearly not the most expensive one, but for it to reach this price point, it just feels unmerited. I mean, it's just crazy. You know, even with that reprint, we had a lot more hit the market, and we have a whole ton still here. We still have 527 boxes on TCG Player, and it's not lowering the price. I mean, of course, guys, they want to make their money. They're not gonna if they can, they will not lower that price. Now, if we look on eBay, I was looking at this right here, and I sadly could not find the actual offer accepted. It was for 3 boxes. It looks like 6 here, but it was really 3 boxes. I wanted to know what that was. Shipping is insane at almost $85. Yeah, that must have been a lot of money spent, plus tax on top of that for just 3 boxes. I mean, I guess, I mean, it's Destined Rivals, right? These guys, if we're seeing anything crazy, it's going to be for Destined Rivals. $286. It looks below market, but with the $44 delivery, 45, sorry, basically, it's definitely well over that mark. 286, once again 27. This one's just below market. It's all right around that market price. You're not finding anything below $300. If you do, that's like a really lucky buy or sale that you end up running across. Of course, like I said, you have to include shipping. It's part of the cost, same as you do on TCG Player. Yeah, you're not really finding much below $300. This one's insane. This one's basically $400, and these went on bids. I can't believe that they did that right there. 332 plus $50 again. 3, yeah, same as the other box. 276 plus that $27 shipping. Yeah, 360 plus $40 here. Basically, that's another $400 box. That's insane. I don't know why guys are willing to pay those prices when you can clearly go somewhere around that 300 to 315 range. 305 here bids. This seems more reasonable, and it actually seems like a box in some pretty good conditions. Yeah, this is, of course, if there's going to be a box that people are going to go crazy for, it will be Destined Rivals, because they're just so hard to find out. People are just buying all of it. It's so crazy. At least the deals they can get. Now, I did want to talk about, which I normally don't, I wanted to talk about the, oh, whoa, what happened? Okay, I don't know how that happened, but okay. So we're back. The Destined Rivals Pokemon Center ETB. Now, this has skyrocketed in the last few weeks, and not that I don't understand, I just didn't expect it. I think people are just seeing that Destined Rivals is going to be that set that people are going to look towards in Scarlet and Violet, and they thought to themselves, you know, what are other products for Destined Rivals that we can go into that are at a decent buy? And it was sitting at $180 for a good while. As a matter of fact, I looked today and I still saw ETBs on Facebook for $180. So that's that. But on TCG Player, they have skyrocketed to $260. Market price is $247, but of course we have some sales at $262, and of course it's now kind of consolidated a little bit here and dropped down to that $247 range. But yeah, I can't believe they went into this box that hard. But once again, I guess same as with the booster box, they get to a point where they don't feel like they want to buy at that price, and they just found the next product, the next best product, I guess, which from what we know has become the Pokemon Center ETBs, which, so they really stuck to that. Next will be Journey Together. The Journey Together, the non-enhanced box, is still surprising us every week. It's surprising us. It just keeps climbing. It's pretty crazy. I can't believe it. Like, with all the doubt that this box had, it's crazy. And it's not just the scarcity, because you have to talk about the set, right? I know scarcity is a factor, but it's a really new set. We can talk about scarcity, but it's hard to talk about scarcity with a box that's very well gonna get reprinted. Like, we know this already. We just don't know which one we're gonna get between the non-enhanced or the enhanced. But the most recent sale here is at $320, which is pretty crazy. $320. I don't know why anybody would buy that at that price, but we have $250 all over the place here. $250, $250, $265, $265, $270, $300. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, this, I don't know what's happening. I know scarcity, like I said before, is a thing. We have 106 boxes listed on TCG Player for the non-enhanced. I just didn't expect for it to shoot up that quickly. I mean, even though it's scarce here in the US, it's not scarce in the UK. So there has to be a way for you to be able to get this box at a much better or affordable price. Now, the enhanced box is sitting at that $225 range, which I think is a good spot for this box. It's new. $225 is not bad for a really new box, for the only enhanced box of the whole Scarlet and Violet era as well. And it has also been climbing. It has not stopped. In the last month, it's up 6.37%. Not bad. I don't think that's bad at all. The box will start climbing when it comes to TCG Player. That's just how it is right now with this market. Everything's just climbing. So expect this box to at least hit 230 soon. Unless people just stop buying, which I don't see that happening. I don't see anything on here that isn't getting bought. It's just what the market is. Now, is that sustainable? That's a whole different question. I don't think that it's going to be like that forever. I think we're going to get to a point where people are going to say, yeah, that's enough. That's as much as I'm willing to spend, you know? So, but if we look on eBay and we look at the sold listings and we try to find out what people are looking for, maybe with auctions or whatnot. So we have $212 here. Good buy right here at $212, well below that market price that we've been climbing at. Now, here we have a enhanced booster box case for $1,400, and that was not a bad buy. I think I did the math before, and if we're going at market, 6 boxes at $225 puts you at $1,350, $1,350, and so that means that there's only a $50 premium on this box, on this sealed case, which is pretty damn good. When we looked at all these sealed cases, like, the sealed premiums are insane sometimes, and there was only a $50 one on that one. $230 here, a little above market. Not so bad though. $260 though is pretty crazy with a $31 delivery charge from Australia. I understand that. $220 here, not bad. 260. I did see another case somewhere around here that sold for, I think it was $1,500. Right, I'm gonna try to find that. This is a buy that I noticed that was a really good one. $380 for a Journey Together booster box and Paradox Rift. I know Paradox Rift is one that I always talk about not being a great buy, but at $180, I'm just trying to say, like, let's say for example, if you thought to yourself, I paid $200 for Journey Together and $180 for Paradox Rift, that's not bad. And all there is a $7.50 delivery fee. That is not bad at all. That's an amazing buy. Like, you're winning already on that. So I'm just trying to find that case. We have that case. I'm pretty sure it was $1,500, and there was only a $150 premium on that case. I guess I've lost it. I lost track of it. I was looking at it earlier. I was looking through these myself. It is what it is. It's fine. There was a $1,500 case that was sold. I don't know where it went. It's fine. It is Journey Together. We already know what's going on with it for now. Prismatic. I made a video earlier today. Prismatic Evolutions, ETBs. Everything at $100 getting bought up. It doesn't matter what's hitting the market. Everything $100 getting bought up. The moment it touches $100, it's just like water hitting oil. It's just getting eaten up. So that's that with Prismatic. I was looking at Prismatic Evolutions on eBay to see what would happen there. Of course, these are the Pokemon Center ETBs, which are skyrocketing as well. Regular ETBs are still consistently selling on eBay for $100, and that is the minimum. That is the least. That's $100 plus delivery, $104 plus the $10 delivery fee. That's $115, basically $110. Yeah, guys, this is a nice buy. Basically, not even paying for that ball there. $100. It's not going below that $100 mark. That thought that Prismatic Evolutions will be dropping down to MSRP is something that isn't happening in the current times. I don't know if it'll happen next year. Yeah, but it doesn't look like it's happening anytime soon. Yeah, this is a box that people want to rip. Not only rip, people want to invest into. So the moment that thing hits $100, man, people feel like it's a good buy. They feel like a long term is going to be a great hold. And that's just it. Confidence in the product, and they're just going to keep buying it up. Next, Surging Sparks. Now, Surging Sparks, interestingly enough, it is actually heading down a bit. It's below what it's been doing for the past few weeks. It was sitting at $240 for a good while. It's $234 market right now. Not the worst thing in the world. This set hasn't even been out for a year, so if we get reprints on the booster box itself, that would not be such a bad thing. I know we had reprints on the ETB itself. Shouldn't be affecting the booster box because this is an item that you're trying to keep sealed, right? Unless you were thinking about ripping it. But if you're not and you're trying to keep it sealed, it's not a bad thing. You just might be finding a better price point to enter on this box as opposed to that $240 point. Maybe we'll get to that $220 point where we had before and people had a great opportunity to buy here. If people don't buy, is the only way that it's going to drop. There's nothing in the Pokemon TCG market that will drop unless people don't buy. That's really the thing. So if people are patient enough, products like this one can really drop and it can reach a decent price point, but that's a whole nother thing. Patience is a very, very big thing in this whole market right here, in this hobby. Looking on eBay, box selling for $240 and $7 delivery fee, almost $8. Yeah, you see that right there. We're above market on eBay, above the current market price. $232, basically right at it with the delivery fee. So that's that, guys. Even with auctions, people have the opportunity to buy below market and they just push it. They don't have the patience, and that's what's also keeping the market high. It's not only scarcity in the market, it's not just distribution, it's the buyers. It is the market itself. It's the people that don't have the patience. They aren't willing to wait, and it is what it is. It's not something that we don't have control over. That $276 right here. They bid $25. They bid it up above, and so market. On top of that, we have a $47 delivery fee from Italy. This is what I'm saying, guys. I don't understand. So if this keeps happening, prices are just going to keep skyrocketing. But one thing to keep in mind is that with everything climbing higher and higher, the higher the price point is, if we're being realistic, the higher the risk. The higher the price point, the higher the risk, especially with things that are this new. things this new: Surging Sparks, Twilight Masquerade, Destined Rivals. The higher it climbs, the higher the risk. Of course, like I said before, Destined Rivals being the best box in the era. I mean, I'm pretty sure long term you're going to be fine, but that's just a reality with a product in general. Overall, a thing to just keep in mind. Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box for Surging Sparks. Now, this is a box that I'm not surprised that it's climbed. I am surprised that it took this long for it to actually start climbing. It finally went past its all-time high. It was at $191. It is now up to $197. Most recently sold was $220 for the Pokemon Center ETB. And here we have the lowest listed at $196, but there is a $15 shipping, which means that this is a $200 listing right here, $210 listing. And of course, it's just rising after that. I'm surprised that it took this long for this box to climb, especially with the promo being Shinji Kanda. You know, people just pushing up the Shinji Kanda art. Not only that, I believe Surging Sparks to be one of the top 3 boxes in the era, if I'm being honest. When it comes to main sets, it's got to be Destined, Surging, and Twilight Masquerade, in my opinion. Next, Stellar Crown. Now, Stellar Crown, a box that people are really, they don't know. It's like we don't know. We think there's going to be a reprint, but we don't know for sure. We only have 92 boxes listed on TCG Player, and of course, scarcity is the one thing driving this box up. Like the fact that this box is nowhere close to as good as Surging Sparks, but it's just a few dollars away from the same market price as Surging Sparks is crazy. Think about that, guys. Look at that. Look at what scarcity does. $235 for Surging Sparks. That's a way better set. It's a Stellar Crown that's $230, and it's just at $230 because of scarcity. Nowhere close to as good. Like I said before, all it's got is a Squirtle and that Bulbasaur IR. Of course, it has SIRs. People just don't like them. They don't like the Terapagos. The Dash one is $20, and that really shows what people value. And this is not a box that I would think is going to be so valuable in the future. It's just climbing up now because of scarcity, and it's so crazy that it does that. You can see the comparison between Surging Sparks and Stellar Crown and what scarcity does. But yeah, moving on. Twilight Masquerade, $285. It had its all-time high at $285. It creeped down to $270, and I guess it's just starting to climb again. People are seeing this price point as one to buy, and now after a few of those buys, we're back at $285 plus shipping. This buy right here is basically above that all-time high. So let's actually see. Did we pass that all-time high already? Oh, we have. 289, 298, 289 here, 289, 293. Yeah, guys, there have been buys well above that all-time high, and I think that we're going to be seeing a few other things happen with this box unless we get a reprint soon. If not, this box is just going to keep climbing. Everything's climbing. It's so crazy. This market right now is insane. Everything is climbing. Is this sustainable? No. Is it risky? Yes, because once it gets reprinted, you're going to feel like you lost out on some money. But like I said, long-term hold should be fine with that box. Twilight Masquerade Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box. $143 and $5 shipping, the lowest listed. I wanted to point out this box as well because it has been climbing in the last month. It has been making moves. People don't see entry points in other spots. They feel like they're too expensive, and they start buying the Pokemon Center ETBs. They start looking for the next best thing, and it has risen now to $143. Of course, you see the recent sale at $148. And so yeah, 148, 148, 143, yeah, 150 basically. Yeah, guys they're just looking for the next entry point on the next best thing. Same thing with Destined Rivals and finally Surging Sparks. Moving on, Temporal Forces booster box, $230. It's sitting right around that all-time high. The all-time high was at $231, and it's really sitting around $230 market when it comes to the average, but the most recently sold is above market at $237, above the all-time high for a few of these sales here, $235, $235, $235 again, $242, $250. Yeah, guys, this box, it'll start climbing. It'll start creeping little by little. This is not a bad box. I don't think this is a bad box at all. I don't. I think it'll age well. It won't be a top-tier box. It'll be one of the better mid-tier boxes, though, in my opinion. I think it'll age well. It's creeping up nicely. This is a pretty cool box. I'm not going to lie. Moving on. Paldean Fates Elite Trainer Box. This is the next like best thing, I guess. It's like, I don't know. It's just a freight train just moving. It's not slowing down. In the last month alone, gone up 10%. Of course, the last 3 months you see here, 55%. Insane at $217. Most recently sold at $225. Lowest listed is $225. I don't know. It's like, I feel like just a week and a half ago, we were at like $170 somewhere over here. I don't know what's happening. This market is insane. This is so crazy. 225, all the way down to here at 224, 214. Oh man, it's just, it's taking leaps. It's taking leaps, guys. It's like you blink and you miss it. You blink and you miss it. Paldean Fates, one of the better specialty sets in the era. Bubble Mew, of course. Amazing box, amazing card. That Bubble Mew has been skyrocketing as well. Probably the thing propelling this box all the way up to the top. This is a Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box, but the regular one selling on eBay for $224, $215, $210, $190. Some decent buys on eBay actually. $210. At least they're finding some buys on eBay below that market price, and that's a great thing. It's a great thing for those that were able to buy it. You have somebody here that bid. He was the only one that bid. That's just like, that's so lucky. Like, when you're the only one that bids on something and you can get something for well under market, $160. That guy feels like he hit the lotto. He definitely feels like he hit the lotto. That's a pretty insane buy right there. Paldean Fates, of course, one of those boxes that we know will age extremely well. This box will get sold. Yeah, it'll get kept sealed, but it is gonna get ripped. This set is going to get ripped. Long term, it is gonna get ripped. People are gonna want that Bubble Mew, the Charizard, and that Gardevoir. Next, Paradox Rift. Another box, probably in my opinion, the weakest box in all of the era. It's right there with Stellar Crown in my opinion. I can't really decide on which one's worse. Market price at $214. Most recently sold at $222. Yeah, I guess just like everything else, it's just rising. It's just like following the pack with everything else. As everything rises, it's just rising a little bit behind everything else. It kind of reminds me of Battle Styles, a box that has room to grow. It will grow in the long term, but it really isn't the thing to really invest into. If you do, it's going to take a really long time for you to see your gains on this box. Next, 151 Elite Trainer box. Finally finding some stagnation. It looks like right at the $300 mark, but we did have it recently sold at $335. Of course, that has a lot to do with scarcity, because there just isn't as much out there. You give these sellers the power when that happens, and they can list them at whatever price they want, and then at that point you're at their mercy if you want to buy, and you have to buy for that price. $350 all over the place here. It's just going to keep climbing. You keep going, eventually you get to $400, like you see right here. So that's that. But the thing that I really wanted to look at was the UPC. This UPC is amazing. Honestly, personally, I do like the ETB, but I think I like the UPC even better. It's been climbing so much. I feel like now I'm starting to feel like I should have bought it when I saw it in stores for $250 or $300. $452 market price. Insane. $452. Most recently sold at $464. Insane, but it's a great product. It's got great promos. If I had this box, I would not trade it right now. I would not sell it. I would just keep it long term. Somebody asked me in the comments they were going to trade 2 of these 151 UPCs for something else, and that's exactly what I said to them. I think long term, this is going to be the better product. It's going to have those promos. Those promos are going to age really well. You have 15 packs to play, Matt. It's just a great product, to be honest. This is not one to sell or let go of at all right now. These sales are insane. Look at that. $450, $460, $471. So crazy. This is going to be $500 real soon. But like I said, it's a great product. Who knows what it's going to be a few years from now? Is it going to hit $1,000? Maybe. Who knows? It's an insane box. Insane product. Great promos. Really, really top tier product right there. Obsidian Flames. This box. I don't know why it claimed back to $250 after it was at $228. Once again, it's scarcity driving up this box. 103 listed on TCG Player. I don't think it's worth it. I don't. This is not a box that I would buy into at $250. Just not it. I don't care if it has a Charizard in it. That's my opinion. I do not care that it has Charizard in it. It's way too easy to pull. I pulled 2 of them from not that many sets. I didn't open that many packs, and I could pull 2 of them. That just tells you enough. It's not that great. It is what it is, though. The market speaks for itself right now. They're buying the box at $250, but I really think it's just scarcity that's pushing people into this, and people FOMOing right into that $250 price point. Next, the Paldea Evolved. Paldea Evolved, of course, the most valuable booster box in the era. Had a point where finally it dropped right here, but I think that was really because of those reprint rumors. Can't believe rumors all the time. That was a horrible rumor. That it was just a picture, and people ran with it, probably sold their boxes in fear. And now we're finally starting to climb back up. We'll probably reach a point where we get past that all-time high when it comes to market price. Most recently sold is above that all-time high at $375. And sales like these are going to just drive it right back up. $375, $364, $362, $375 again, $350 across the board, $360, $380. Yeah, we're going to get that market price will reach above that all-time high. Of course, we have sales above it already. It's just going to keep creeping upward back to that spot, especially if we don't get any reprints. It doesn't seem like we are getting reprints for these. Like I said before, that those were just rumors, and all they were sleeved pack booster, like sleeved booster packs. Like, that's insane. They made this whole picture with a booster box, elite trainer box, and all it was a sleeved booster pack. That's just so sad to print that and just put it out on social media and claim that they're getting reprints. Crazy. eBay, $329. There are some nice buys for Paldea Evolved from what I've seen. You can find some decent buys here. And like I said before, sometimes you just get to this point, people aren't willing to spend $300 for a booster box, and you could be the only one that buys it, and you're below market. And well below market, because we've seen sales at $380 on TCG Player. This is a pretty nice buy in my opinion. The condition of the box is a different thing. It's a whole nother question. It looks questionable. It doesn't look like the cardboard in it is smashed up. Just the plastic doesn't look that nice. But that's okay. It's still Paldea Evolved. That's not a bad buy. $385, not so bad with the case, which these cases, as we know, if you have them, I have every booster box I have is in an acrylic case, and they're $30 each. So he basically paid $355 for the box, which is not so bad. That's right at market. $360 here, not so bad. It's just right around that market price. But once again, it's a box that doesn't seem to be getting reprinted. You know, $370 here, $360, $330, you know, $375. At some point in the future, $350. If this Magikarp, for example, keeps on doing what it's doing, it keeps being really hard to get a Gem Mint 10 from, eventually somebody's going to want to rip it in the future. Just like we're seeing now, we see videos of people opening Evolving Skies, continuing to try and pull on the Moonbryon and trying to get a PSA 10 with it afterwards, or anything, whether it's that, whether it's the Rayquaza, any of the Evolutions, the amazing Leafeon in there, the Glaceon, everything that's in there. Eventually you'll see people doing the same thing with this thing. You'll see YouTubers, you'll see rip and shippers trying to sell booster packs of a box like this one, trying to pull that Magikarp or anything else that's in this box that they might want. So don't be surprised. That box is going to do really well in the future. Scarlet and Violet base set booster box, back up to $220, but above, it's $220 at a market price, not just sales. It's at its all-time high right now when it comes to market price, but the most recent sale is at $234, guys. Yeah, it's got to be some FOMO in there. It's got to be scarcity of what's left. Not even $366, but once again, you leave it to the sellers, and they're gonna push that price up. They're gonna push it up, baby. They are. You leave it to the sellers. They kind of pin you to the corner, twist your arm, and you gotta buy. If you want it, you gotta buy it at this price. That's what it is for the base set booster box. Once again, it's probably one of the better booster boxes ever made. If anything, it's not a bad box whatsoever. It's just not as good as the boxes in the Scarlet and Violet era. I'd buy this over Stellar Crown or Paradox Rift, to be honest. I'll tell you that. I'll buy this box over Stellar Crown, Paradox Rift, or Obsidian Flames. That's just how I feel about it. It's not a bad base set box. The pulls aren't like Obsidian Flames. It's not a small set. You're not going to just pull the Gardevoir a million times. It's not happening. It has better cards in it than Stellar Crown, in my opinion. Yeah, the Bulbasaur and Squirtle, are nice, but you have the Routes, the Curlia, the Gardevoir, You have the Riolu. You have that Slowpoke that people are loving. You have the Drowsy that people have actually fallen in love with, even though it got manipulated. People actually like the card. So, yeah, I think I'd believe this box more than Stellar Crown and Paradox Rift, if you ask me. But yeah, guys, that'll be it for the video. I hope you guys found some value here. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there.